Here we go. Oh yeah.
Hello everyone, and welcome once again to He Lived, Heaven's Live Video Devotional. And I'm welcoming you now to Waking the Dead, Part 1. So follow me. The word on the street tonight is coming from Mark chapter 5, verse 26 to 29. So go ahead and read it with me. Mark 5, 26 to 29. Word on the street says, "She had suffered a great deal under the care of many doctors and had spent all she had. Yet instead of getting better, she grew worse. When she heard about Jesus, she came up behind him in the crowd and touched his cloak, because she thought, if I just touch his clothes, I'll be healed. Immediately, her bleeding stopped, and she felt in her body that she was freed from her suffering." Cool. So this is an interesting story. We've got a woman who has been sick for about 12 years. I mean, she's been from doctor to doctor. She's got a second, a third, a fourth, a fifth, a 17th opinion from all the doctors of that time, and she just grew worse and worse. There was no cure. There was nothing that they could do for her, and she just got worse over time. And then she heard about Jesus, and she just thought, man, if I could just touch the bottom of his clothes, I would be healed. And right there at that moment, that's just straight up against all medical science, all medical knowledge that we had at that time, even today, that touching the bottom of someone's clothes would heal her. But it wasn't just someone, it was Jesus Christ. And she did this and she was healed immediately, and she was a whole new person. And this reminds me of a story that I saw on CNN. It was an amazing girl, a woman who just recently got engaged, and then she got married, and her husband, her new husband, got into a car accident, and now he was sitting there in a coma. He's literally a comatose patient. He can't move his hands, can't move his feet, he can't speak, can't talk. They can't communicate because he's in this hospital bed and he's basically a vegetable. But this woman, in her desperation, just like the woman in the story, she had heard about some crazy kind of pills, a particular pill called Zambian, and this was a sleeping pill. And she heard that it helped for comatose patients, so she decided to try it against all medical science. And so she decided to give her husband these pills a few times every day, and after a couple of days, lo and behold, her husband began to talk. Her husband began to speak, her husband actually began to move, and it was against all medical science. I mean, isn't that crazy? A sleeping pill now wakes up someone in a coma? Yeah, it was so interesting. But these stories parallel so much because in the desperation, this faith, it shows how there are these miraculous things that God can do in us. He can heal us in these same kind of ways. And the fact that this woman in the Bible didn't give up on her condition, and this woman for her husband didn't give up on her husband and decided to try something awesome. And now her husband is home now. He's up and about, and he's actually able to talk, and it's against all medical science. And we don't have to be physicians, we don't have to be someone special, but we have to continue to have faith in God that he'll heal us and that he won't give up on us. And so I want you guys to remember that, and we'll see you again tomorrow for Waking the Dead Part 2.